Motor Week is made possible by Cars.com, Valvoline, and Goodyear.
Your host for Motor Week, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week. We're glad to have you with us. It was 1992 that Mitsubishi introduced the first hyperactive Lancer Evo, and it's clear that evolution is exactly what's kept this cult hit thriving for 16 years. Well, now it's time for the 10th iteration in the guise of the 2008 Lancer Evolution GSR, ready to rip through corners and plant smiles on all our faces. Evolution frequently means improvement, and Mitsubishi engineers have made some serious upgrades to their 2008 Lancer Evolution to give its performance a worthwhile boost over its predecessor. Often referred to as the Evo 10, our test Evolution GSR draws you in with styling that is sleeker and more refined, but no less aggressive than before. From a deep lower fascia that exposes the engine intercooler to a tall rear wing and larger 18-inch wheels which are cast on our GSR and forged on the MR model. But while bold styling has long been a hallmark of the Lancer Evolution lineup, it's what's under the wings and spoilers that counts the most. In the Evo 10's case, it's built on the latest Lancer platform that's the largest, widest, and stiffest so far. Mitsubishi then drops in its all-new 4B11 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that makes 291 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. That's a boost of 14 horsepower and 11 pound-feet. The 4B11 engine is mated to either our GSR's conventional 5-speed manual gearbox or the MR model 6-speed twin-clutch Sportronic sequential shift manual. And either one feeds the new Super all-wheel control all-wheel drive system with an active center differential, active yaw control rear differential, and active stability control. It is the most sophisticated Evolution drivetrain so far. Put the Evo's hammer down and it springs to 60 in 5.2 seconds and through the quarter mile in 13.8 seconds at 101 miles per hour. Fast, but still about a half second slower than the manual Evo MR we tested 3 years ago. One reason that earlier Evo was over 200 pounds lighter than today's design. But the Evo 10 surpasses its predecessor in getting the power to the ground, launching hardest at high revs despite a soft clutch and hitting warp speed at 5,000 RPM. The new Evo's boost in chassis weight does pay off in corners where its extra stiffness helps yield big improvements. Add in heavily revised suspension geometry from the McPherson strut front and multi-link rear, plus more traction, and the Evo 10 delivers higher levels of handling that are much easier to reach than ever before. With its nominal 50-50 torque split and that twin-clutch limited slip rear differential, the Evo feels much more like a rear drive machine, with little of the front-end push common to most all-wheel drive sports sedans. The stability and yaw control systems also soak up overly sharp control inputs and allow you to drift the car all the way to corner exits without coming out at a heart-stopping angle. It's a truly impressive performance. And that's before you hammer the multi-piston Brembo brakes. Even after many hard laps at West Virginia's Summit Point Raceway, there was little fade or loss of power. Straight stops from 60 delivered a short average distance of 115 feet with sharp bite and great feel. Now, the new suspension tuning is softer than the previous setup, which makes the new Evo a much better daily driver. Government fuel economy ratings are 16 city, 22 highway. Our test results average 20 miles per gallon in mixed driving. The Lancer Evolution's energy impact score is 19 barrels of oil per year. That's about the same as the Chevy Corvette. $4 a gallon for gas does take some of the fun out of driving, but at least you can do it in a cabin that mixes sharp styling, a user-friendly layout, and plenty of bells and whistles. As always, the Evo boasts super supportive and very tight-fitting Recaro sport seats. The new Lancer platform means improved rear legroom. But the suspension, chassis bracing, and all-wheel drive system eat into luggage space, giving the Evo a tiny 6.9 cubic foot trunk. Prices for the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution start at $33,665 for the GSR and $38,965 for the MR. The 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution may be in its 10th generation, but there's nothing old and slow about it. It's as hyperactive as ever, always ready to rip up the corners and guaranteed to put a smile on the face of everyone who gets behind the wheel.